Final caller for this program is Denise, but hold on. We've got a lot of show left after this one. And she listens online from Orlando, Florida. Denise, we don't have a lot of time, but I did want to get to your call. How could we help you?
Well, I have a two-part question.
Okay.
There's been an ongoing issue in my family for a number of years now in some behavior that I found unacceptable from my brother and sister.
What is that behavior?
Well, to begin with, my sister had an affair, which my brother and his wife helped facilitate. And then when people found out about it, they are so rebellious and so angry that they have sort of branched out into all forms of verbal, emotional, and even physical abuse toward people around them. My parents receiving the physical abuse.
So your brother and his wife were found out, or the sister and her lover were found out?
The sister, first of all, my sister was found out,
okay.
And I was sort of the one that confirmed it.
And who's abusing your parents?
My brother and my sister. Now,
okay,
they have not recently, but when this initially came out, they did.
All right.
How old are your parents?
I'm sorry, what?
How old are your parents?
Early 60s.
Early 60s.
Okay.
You know, there are elder abuse laws. I mean, you can't hurt older people.
Did they do it physically or emotionally?
Both. The physical has stopped.
What is the physical?
What was that all about? What was that about?
Basically, I think it was that they were upset that they had been found out.
What did they do physically? What did they do physically?
My brother beat my father down, for lack of a better description, in a parking lot. They had, on the way home, they had been visiting us. My husband
he assaulted
and I
him?
Figured out what had been going on with my sister. I think my brother and his wife were afraid that they were going to get found out too, because I did tell my parents what we knew at the time.
Okay, tell us, be specific. He slugged him, he hit him, knocked him down?
He knocked him down. They pulled into a parking lot. They had been berating my mother so badly in the car once they left our home that my dad pulled over to give them money to take a bus because he wanted him out of the car. My brother then began to punch him, knocked him to the ground, and continued to kick him while he was on the ground.
Why didn't they call the police?
Well, I don't know. I think when I got the version of the story, there were onlookers in the parking lot that were about to call the police, and I think he realized that and he stopped.
All right, I've got 2 minutes. How could I help you? What's the question?
I drew from that. Since that time, they've been emotionally and verbally abusive to everyone around them. I think my sister may even have borderline personality disorder because she just makes things up out of the air, and I'm not sure that she...
What's the question for us?
What's the question? We're running out of time.
My father has recently decided that in order to say that I've really forgiven them, that I just have to forget everything and act like nothing ever happened.
That is not true.
He has kind of given up. Right, and I disagree with that. He's put me in uncomfortable situations.
What is the question, though? Ask us a question.
He's coming to visit.
Ask a question. Start with a question.
Do I confront him about this issue again, or do I just let it go because he won't bring it up?
Your brother's coming to visit?
My dad is coming. Do I confront him about the situations he's put me in?
How about just talking to him versus confronting him? How about just saying, here's kind of what I was thinking, that to forget something like that is to enable it to happen again.
Right. I've tried to explain that to him before, and he just shuts down and he gets angry with me.
Well, it's not your job to convince him. It's your job to just kind of set the boundary and let him know where you stand and where you stand with your brother and your sister, and just say, that's the way it is, Dad, and you just need to understand that, and these are the reasons why, and we don't need to talk about it any further. You just take your position, state it to him, and just say, we don't need to talk about it. I won't bring it up again. You just need to know where I stand. That's how I would.
Is your brother a believer?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
He and my sister and all three of them claim to be, but I don't think.
Well,
that any of them
Henry, just
really
a
are.
last thought here for her on the situation.
Well, unfortunately, I'm still confused about who did what with the brother and the sister and the father and what they're fighting over, because I thought they were all in it together. But apart from that, Denise, I think Dave has a really good point that you're not going to fix this. I mean, this is at extreme levels, and I think what you do is you differentiate yourself from it and just say, okay, you know, if we're not ever going to resolve this, it goes in the unresolvable camp. But I just want to let you know, I really, really, really hate what happened, and I wish you guys would fix this so it wouldn't know it happened again. But I will let you know that if the fallout of this starts to come out again and you know, there's fighting, and I won't be here. Okay, I will remove myself and I'll hang out with you guys when you can be civil, and I can if you can.